Byron, you faced a lot of teams that throw the ball quite a bit, but you're facing a Kentucky team that really likes to pound it. Just talk about the challenge that presents for your defense.
Really, the challenge is that, we have to fit our gaps. The type of O-line we playing, they're a really big O-line. They discipline. They try to bloody your nose and, beat you in the dirt. So we're going to have to play stout defense and just play behind our pass.
Byron, coming out of the open week, you said during the open week you listed a long list of things that you wanted to work on, speed to power, things like that. Have you seen some of those things that you kind of focused on and try to get better, really play out and benefit your play on the field since then?
Oh, yes, sir, most definitely. I said that right before the LSU game, and I seen the improvement in that game. And going into Alabama game, I feel like I had good one-on-ones and getting off the ball pretty well. So, yeah, I feel like it played out pretty well.
Byron, I'm just curious, when you going back a couple of weeks, when you win a game 52-49, and obviously it's an Alabama game, so you beat them and everybody's happy, but then you also look up and you're like, man, like we gave up like 49 points or something in that game. As a defender, are you thinking like, man, I'm really happy, but like that's a lot of points?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Yeah, I'm happy we got the dub, but at the same time, we just got to play better defense. And, games like that, coming to the wire, at the end, we came through and came in clutch, but I feel like, the whole defense, we just got to get better at that area for sure.
Would you talk a little bit about just the pass rush, how you feel like you guys have come along in that regard? That's the first question.
Oh, with the pass rush, I feel like we came along a lot. Just the pressure, the games and stuff like that. Just the way that the teams we play and the way they set up, I just feel like the way we play defense, a lot of pressure. So I think it plays out pretty good.
So when you came to Tennessee was struggling, the program was. Now you're undefeated, you're number 3 in the country. What's your reaction to that? Have you had to kind of pinch yourself?
Honestly, just to, stay humble and keep working. That's not the end goal. The end goal is make it to the SEC championship and, win a chip. So we're just going to keep fighting and keep doing what we do.
Byron, you've talked about the Kentucky's physicality, but what about Rodriguez in general? It seems like once their big back came back that they really kind of got back to doing what they do. And have you seen a guy kind of quite like him with the physicality this year?
Not really too much. I played against him last year. Really good back. You got to tackle him. No arm tackles. You really got to, wrap him up and foot tackle him. So, just got to bring it this week and, play our keys right.
Byron, how much do you guys expect to see Will Levis involved in the design run game?
It just depends on us how we play the run first with the running backs. And I feel like if we play that well, then we'll probably see, some different plays with him running. But first off, we got to stop the run out front.
Anything else? All right, thanks, Byron.
Appreciate it.
Cooper Spraggs has talked about how important the Joe Moore Award has been a goal for you all as a group. Just what's it been to kind of see y'all's hard work and play the season be recognized midway through with you all being on that list?
Yeah, it's been a goal for us, ever since fall camp to kind of push towards that goal. So anytime you can kind of see your way moving towards your goals and kind of actually making progress, it's really good. It's been a focus of ours all season, so we're trying to keep pushing forward for it.
Cooper, you guys have had individual recognition on the offensive line now a couple of weeks. Darnell a few weeks ago, and then Jerome this week. Specifically on Jerome, you've played with him a couple of years now. What have you seen from him to kind of take it to the next level?
I would say Jerome is probably the most consistent player that we have. Just as far as my time from when I first got here till now, he's always doing the right stuff, lives the right way, does everything the right way, is always on time. So. Kind of going back for the alignment of the week stuff, it's awesome to see. We have a bunch of different guys win it. It's kind of involving all of us. So, but Jerome specifically, he's a great guy. He's a great job. He does everything the right way.
Jimmy.
Cooper, when you signed with Tennessee, the program was struggling a little bit. Now you're undefeated. You're ranked number 3 in the country. As a Knoxville product, what does that mean to you?
It means a ton. We've got to kind of get to a point where Tennessee's back on top. It's like everybody says, it's good for college football to have a place like Tennessee being good and competing everywhere every week. So just means a lot as a local guy. I've obviously a lot of my family played here, so just getting Tennessee back to where it needs to be is the main focus.
Cooper, Coach Ellerby was talking somewhere last week, and he said that like y'all's room is like a SNL skit. I don't know if you saw that. How would you describe, I guess, some of the cast of characters you guys have in that room?
Pretty accurate. As far as the whole time I've been here, we've had probably one of the funniest, just most unique groups. It starts with Darnell and kind of just goes all the way throughout every position. You're not going to find a lot of very just run-of-the-mill guys. Everybody's got their own unique things that they, their background, the way they came up, and it all kind of just blends. We're just a really, we love each other a lot. There's a lot of good times in the meeting room.
Has Darnell always been like that? He seems kind of soft-spoken, doesn't do a lot of media. Has Hank not come out of his shell? Has it always been like that?
I think it takes a little bit of time. I think a lot of that was me and Cade. We were back when we first got here, me and Cade were in the corner with him in our locker room, and I think kind of he's just grown a lot as a person, and I think we kind of helped bring out his true character in a little bit, and he's a joy to be around, honestly. Man, Spraggins is he's his own little thing. I don't really know where a lot of his stuff comes from. He's always been a little bit eccentric.
Cooper, obviously, the more games y'all win, the bigger these games be, the more outside noise there is. What about the way this team is built makes you think it can handle that y'all can just keep going on about your day, like, having your little SNL skits behind the scenes or whatever? And, I mean, how do y'all kind of stay in your own world and not worry about that?
You got to keep the main thing, and that's winning and, having fun, doing stuff the right way. I think if you live the right way and you do the right things every day and, you perform the way you want to. So I think it all starts with, everybody being accountable. We got a good leadership and we kind of just move on week to week and we try to do everything the right way.
Cooper, would you talk a little bit about Darnell Wright? He came in as a 5-star and maybe didn't play great early. Now he's playing tremendous. Ellerby said he's playing as well as any tackle in the country. Just talk about his development.
I think Darnell's changed himself completely as a football player. I think it helped a lot from him going back from left to right. He spent a lot of his career, his first few years going at right tackle, and then, Kay played right tackle last year and he had to switch to left. But I think you kind of see him doing what we all know he can do, what we all knew he can do. I've talked about it a lot here and there. Y'all might not have heard it, but I think Darnell is one of the best tackles in the country, and he's a very rare athlete. You can't find many people that are his size that move that well, and I think y'all will turn the film on and see a lot of that this year, and I think the scouts will love it, and I think it'll show on draft day.
Being an SNL skit, where do you fit? What is your role in that SNL skit?
You probably have to ask somebody else to figure out that one. I don't know. I think I'm pretty witty. I think I'm pretty funny. I think I say the right thing at the right time, a pretty good amount. So I think I'm pretty comedic, maybe.
What do you see in Kentucky's defense that you'll be going up against?
Right. Plays hard, plays well within their scheme. They're always going to have a really hard defense to, contain, and they just do the right stuff, and they've got good athletes all over the field, so it's going to be a really good challenge for us.
Anything else for Cooper? All right. Thanks, everybody. Appreciate your time today.
Thank y'all.
Squirrel, what was it like to get a couple of long receptions against UT Martin? Looked like you beat their secondary deep pretty well.
It was pretty amazing just to get out there, get a feel for the offense, really. Getting deep balls was amazing.
Eric in the back.
Squirrel, right back here. Coach Pope says you're playing with more confidence right now, and because of that, you're always fast, but you're playing now at a different speed. Do you feel that, and does a game like Saturday kind of help with that confidence?
Yes, sir. It helped tremendously. Like, my confidence, I feel like it went up a lot just being out there as the game went by.
Squirrel, I know you weren't here last season, but what's it been like to kind of see Jalen turn this season into what it's been after putting in a lot of work over the offseason, and how has that been motivating to you? Coach Pope kind of talked about how it can be motivating for the younger players, just seeing him not have immediate success, but then going on to have success later on in his career.
Yeah, when I first got here, I immediately went to Jalen High, for help and stuff like. And I just knew that this season he'll do his thing, and I just try to like look up to him and stuff. And he motivates me every day. The biggest thing just my routes, deep balls, all that.
Score a couple things. One, as receivers, you guys have some options. There's choice routes, things like that, based on what the defense is doing and trying to be in sync with the quarterback. How much of a challenge has that been to learn what to do and get in the right route for what you're seeing defensively?
May you say that again?
Yeah, your options at receiver and what routes you run based on the defense. How much of a challenge is understanding your assignments from your wide receiver spot? How much of a challenge has that been for you?
I mean, I'm pretty fast, so like, I don't really know how to put that, but I don't know.
So you're just going down the field, that's what you're saying, for the deep routes.
I don't know.
So, all right, Hendon Hooker yesterday said that he really can't overthrow you unless he throws it right, right as he snaps the ball. Have you seen him maybe try to overthrow it, or has anyone overthrown you, even in practice?
Hendon overthrew me and Joe overthrew me, but I don't know. I don't know.
They said it's really hard.
Yeah, I mean.
Squirrel, on that touchdown play down the sideline, because of the camera angle, it was kind of hard to tell. Were they in a zone or a man, because there was no one anywhere near you when the ball was thrown?
Yes, I think they was in quarters, and like the outside receiver like kind of like picked both of them. We stayed like vertical. Well, I stayed vertical, and the outside receiver like went at an angle towards the safety, and I just ran right by.
And then Adam. Or actually, Adam, sorry.
Squirrel, who's faster, you or Jalen Hyatt?
I'm not sure who's faster, but I'll say it's like kind of in between. Like I think he's a little bit faster than me.
Is there any way to determine that? You guys have never raced or anything?
Oh no, we never race.
If we ask everybody else on the team, what do you think the answers would be between you and Jalen?
Probably like a tie.
Score a couple of things. What do you feel like you need to improve on to get more playing time?
I feel like this season just like learning more, learning the defense, like learning the offense, just getting comfortable out there and stuff, just continue being me on the field and stuff.
And when you see somebody come up at the line of scrimmage to try to play press coverage, are you kind of like licking your chops saying, hey, I got this?
Yeah. If someone's press on me, like it's one-on-one, it's man, obviously. So like I can beat them with my speed.
Anything else for Squirrel?
Squirrel, when you look at sort of your future here and what positions you might play, do you prefer playing outside, inside? Do you like doing both? I mean, what would what would be the best thing for you, do you think?
My best, I think I'll just probably be in the slot. I'm not sure.
Are you working on both now?
Yes, sir.
Scroll, I'm sure you had expectations about how your freshman season would go. Have how it's transpired been better, the same, about as what you thought it would be?
May you say it again?
I'm sure you had expectations for how your freshman season would go so far. Has it been what you expected? Has it gone better than you thought, worse?
Yeah, it has gone. It has gone better. Just learning from Hyatt and stuff. Like I knew that I'd go in as a freshman learning and stuff, just taking it day by day.
Thanks, Squirrel.
Thank you.
Trey, I know there's a next man up mentality, but God, there was a point during the game the other day, 5 defensive backs were out. What are you going through as far as trying to be a leader and making sure everybody knows what they do and to be confident?
I kind of just prepared me, myself, my teammates, all the DBs, kind of prepared for stuff like this all off season, all spring, all fall. We know it's a tough game. It's football, so people gonna get hurt, go down, whatever the case may be. So we always prepare to have, like you said, the next man up mentality. No matter if it's somebody that just came in this semester or was here 2-3 years. As soon as we get to work, starting all the way back in the spring, everybody that got to be able to know their assignments, got to be able to know what to do. That's why we take so many reps. And no matter who goes in the game, man, we got to be prepared, got to be ready for it.
Trayvon asked Hendon Hooker about William Wright, and he was talking about how back in the spring he'd be competitive regardless of the drill. Give us some examples of what you saw from him and being competitive and competing even from his position.
William Wright, man, he probably had the most picks in the offseason during the camp in spring. Honestly, he just always prepared the right way, no matter if it was a walk-through day or whatever the case may be. He was always dialed in, locked in, whether he was on the field or on the sideline. He was just ready and dialed in because he knew, like I told you, it's a tough sport. And as DBs, you got to do a lot of running and a lot going on with your body. So he just always prepared himself for the moment, and it showed.
Frank in the back, and then we'll go Patrick and Wes.
Trey, you got to see Will Levis last year. What stands out about his play, and what's the key in containing him?
Obviously, he's a good football player, a smart football player. Just being able to do our assignment, do our job, communicate to the guys around me and make sure we're all on the same page. Just prepare. We got to have great preparation. And just like I said, do our assignments, do our job.
Trayvon, you and Jalen had been sort of a tandem for going on 2.5 years. In the last couple of games, he's not been in there. First of all, has it been odd to look over there and see somebody else? And secondly, how do you think Danico's done stepping in there for him?
It's been a little different without Tank. We was actually just talking about that not too long ago. But like I told him, next man up every time. Danico's doing a great job. He's came in and made some big plays for us, flying around to the ball, knowing his assignments. So it's going pretty good, man. We just got to continue to get better, continue to communicate, be on the same page, no matter who's back there. So yeah, we just got to keep going.
Trayvon, obviously in practice all the time, y'all see a team that spreads it out and goes fast, and then you see a lot of teams in college football these days, especially that go out there and spread it out a little bit. What's it like to kind of prepare for Kentucky and see kind of a team that's running NFL stuff and how much different it is?
Just kind of dial more in on our gap fits, our job. Got to be able to stop the run and just fit our gaps. Everybody got to fit their gaps correctly, whether it's a safety or corner, linebacker, D-line. Just got to be able to play fast. We know they're a pro-style offense. They're going to huddle, come off the ball, try to be physical. So we got to tackle well, use our pads, stay low, and play football, play hard.
Trayvon, obviously the job isn't finished, but what does it mean to be named a Jim Thorpe Award semifinalist?
I'm a big believer in God, so it's a blessing. It's a huge blessing for me. But without the guys on my team, I'm not even getting called for that award at all. So I just give all credit to my D-line and my linebackers, my coaches for putting me in good positions. But we got a long way to go. I got a long way to go personally as well. So I just got to keep climbing and keep getting better. But it's a blessing for sure.
Trayvon, this game last year, they ran almost 100 snaps. What's the key for you guys this year, and how better equipped are you to handle their offense this year than you were last year, you think?
We got to get off the field on 3rd and 4th down, man. We got to be able to do our assignments, and we got to tackle well. Tackling is going to be huge this game, fitting our gaps. Everybody got to do their job, be on the right page. But we definitely got to get off the field on 3rd down. And 4th down, they're going for it. That's going to be the key.
Anything else for Trey? Wes?
Yeah, Trayvon, it seems like a lot of teams have gone for it a lot on 4th down against y'all, and I guess that's probably because no one's stopping the offense on the other side of the field. But do y'all kind of go into games knowing that now? Like, it's not just getting upfield on 3rd down. It's going to have to be a lot on 4th down too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's that's kind of what football has come to today. Pretty much all offense, or depending on what side of the field they're on and how close the sticks are, they have a thought that they're going to go for it on fourth down. So we practice that, we plan for that, we expect that. So we expect to go in and have to play. If we got to play 4 downs, then we got to play 4 downs. So we kind of expect that going into it.
Kentucky's usually pretty much run-oriented, but last year they threw 40-some-odd passes, which was more than usual. Would you expect more of the same from Kentucky?
Obviously, we might see a little some new things that's not on the film that we can't really watch. They'll have a scheme, but I expect them to come in and mix it up a little bit, kind of get us on our heels, just do something different. But we just got to prepare, got to be ready for whatever next, and play football.
Thanks, Trey.
Sir, thank y'all.